We're going to start this reading with a bit of direction from the Jesus deck. Okay, so Mark 15:20. There's something in your story that's not just about suffering, it's about being targeted when you're already at your lowest, being pushed past what feels bearable. So that's setting the tone for this reading. Someone here has felt the sting of being kicked while down, of not only enduring a hardship, but also facing judgment, ridicule, or dismissal from others. That's the energy we're working with as we move into the tarot. Knight of Wands reversed. This is normally a card of boldness, rushing forward, chasing passions, but reversed though, it speaks of reckless energy, promises that don't get kept, or someone whose fire burns out just as quickly as it ignites. So in this story, it looks like someone swept in with intensity, but could not sustain that, and left you dealing with the aftermath. It's like someone made noise, stirred things up, but left you holding the weight of their unfinished business. The Eight of Wands reversed after that, and then the Queen of Cups reversed. So where this would usually mean progress and momentum with the Eight of Wands, reversed, it slows everything down. So you may be receiving mixed signals, your messages may be going unread or unanswered, you're going to be facing delays here in communication with this person. That's what's showing up. Following on from that false start in the first card, the energy is stalled completely. You may feel like you've been left in limbo, as if everything's hanging in the air with no clarity or resolution. And it's adding to that sense of being wronged, like you were promised motion but given silence. Now with the Queen of Cups reversed, this is emotional depth turned inward, so sometimes suppressed or even manipulated. Upright, she's nurturing and emotionally safe, but reversed, she's overwhelmed. Her care is unreciprocated or her love taken advantage of. So in this spread, it looks like your emotional openness hasn't been met with the respect that it deserves. You may have been giving so much of yourself that it drained you, and instead of receiving balance, it left you questioning your worth or whether you were too much in this connection. Now the angel card that flew across the table was Menadel, so this angel protects workers, helps with work matters, so you may be getting your mind off this situation by focusing on work at the moment or potentially changing jobs. Which leads us down to the bottom couple of cards here. So we've got the Two of Swords in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the World at the bottom of the deck. So the Two of Swords often appears when avoidance can't continue. Upright, it's indecision, but reversed, it's like the blindfold is being pulled off. So hard truths can't be ignored anymore. For you, it feels like this is the moment you stop trying to read between the lines and finally admit what's been right in front of you. The inconsistencies in this connection, the lack of effort, the imbalance, the clarity will sting, but it frees you from waiting endlessly for something that is not stable. The Six of Swords upright, funnily enough, was the first card that came out upright. This is the shift. This is the movement away from turbulence into calmer waters. It doesn't mean forgetting, but it does mean moving on with wisdom that you've earned the hard way.